Where the hell is she? Where's she been all night? I should never have let her out of my sight, not even for a minute.
It's no use blaming yourself.
Well, I do. I should have thought. She was frightened, you see. She must have thought somebody was, I don't know, going to lock her in a padded cell or something.
Well, if you'd phoned us the minute you came over here and found her.
Yeah, I know. But you see, I didn't want her badgered and mithered. She was in a state. Well, not quite a state, more a sort of a different world.
Right. Let's get back to Weatherfield.
But you can't leave it like this.
Well, it's not a jump for us anymore. Not now. And we've wasted enough time on Mrs. Fairclough as it is.
No. You've got to find her. She needs care and treatment.
Well, all the stuff's here. I reckon she'll come back when she feels ready.
Anyway, it's a job for the local lads now. They'll be keeping their eyes skinned for it. All right, come on, Sergeant. What about you? I could give you a lift back to Weatherfield if you want.
No. I'm hanging on here for Rita.
You might have a long wait. On her parcel, she might disappear again for weeks.
I don't care. I'm waiting for Rita.
Well, if I were you, I'd get your head down for an hour or two. You look...
How does that, eh?
Well, you look as if you could use some sleep. Go on, Sergeant. Oh, and if she turns up, no messing about this time, eh? Give us a ring. All right.
Oh, they've gone now, policeman. Don't suppose they left then for that pot of tea. Oh, never mind. Now, love, how about some breakfast? You think you could fancy a kipper?
Oh, give over, Cyril. I just want to get to bed. You've got a free room out.
Well, I'll tell you what. You can sleep in your friend's room if you want to. I mean, after all, she won't be using it. We'll save Alec worrying about the bill.
Tars, you're a good lad. I suppose I should give Alec a tinkle, tell him what's happening.
So what are we doing then? Do you want some breakfast?
I want a home. That's what I want.
Yes, I know that, love. Are you getting up or what?
What's there to get up for?
Like I say, breakfast. I mean, it's all in, choose what. I mean, it's in with the price of the room. We might as well go down and eat it, eh?
Oh, all right, Alfie. Look, you go down. You can have my breakfast and all. That should make your day.
Now, look, there's no point in going all sulky. I'm not seeing this until 2 o'clock. Till then, there's not much else I can do, is there?
That beer of Duckworth. She'll have it all around Coronation Street by now.
Have you heard the latest? The Roberts haven't got a home they can call their own. They've moved out, but they can't move in.
I'm just here.
But what does it matter? Let her say what she likes.
Oh, you don't care, do you? You don't care if you're a laughing stock.
I care about the expense, especially this place. Who's going to compensate me for that, eh?
Look, I'm telling you, Alfie, I'm not going to show my face again in Coronation Street till we're in that new house, so you can just go and get rid of that couple in the side crescents.
Yes, I know, love.
What we need is action, not excuses.
I know.
All right, so what are you going to do?
I'm going downstairs, I'm going to have the full English breakfast, and then I'm going to pay the bill.
Pay the bill?
Yeah, we're not stopping in this place another night, I'll tell you that for nothing. So you can get yourself up and dressed and ready before 12 o'clock before they try and charge me for an extra night.
Oh.
Oh. So when are you thinking of coming home? Oh, come on, Bet. You don't know how long that might be. Look, we've got a pub to run here, you know. Yeah, yes, I know Rita's important, love, but... Well, I suppose I'll have to. Yeah, right. But ring me.
Bet.
Yeah, I haven't found Rita yet.
Oh, dear.
Bet stayed up all night at the hotel, you know, hoping that she'd turn up, but she didn't show. Police in and out, asking questions.
Well, I mean, if Rita's wandering in her mind... Hey, she wouldn't do herself an injury, would she?
Huh? No, well, I don't think so. Do you never know, do you? Anyway, Bet's staying there at the hotel. She wants to be there when Rita shows up.
Yeah, well, I think she's right. It's the kindest thing for Rita. I mean, to have somebody there, you know, that she knows.
Aye, I suppose so. Anyway, I'll get the flow sorted out, love.
All right. Oh, am I to say anything to the customers? You know what I mean about Rita?
Well, I don't see any point in keeping it quiet any longer, Betty. I tell anyone who's interested that she's alive all right, or at least she was last night.
Well, there'll be a lot of folk that'll be glad, you know. I mean, they were sure she was dead. There's one that does want telling, you know. Alan Bradley. He's had to take a lot of stick from folks round here, you know.
Yes, well, so he should, considering what he did to Rita before.
Yes, but he's had a very hard time and nobody's had a word for him, you know.
No. See, humanity in the mass, Betty. That many-headed monster they call the crowd. It's a cruel animal. I've never been able to sink to that mob level myself, you know.
Have you not?
No. Too tolerant, you see. Yes, it'd be the act of a good man to go round and tell Alan Bradley the good news. Hello, love. Is your dad in by any chance?
No.
Only I'm looking for him, you see.
Why? What do you want to do to him?
Oh, there's no need to be like that, love.
Oh, isn't there? After what people have been saying about him?
Yes, well, that's what I want him for, you see. I've got some good news for him. It's Rita. She's all right. We found her, me and Bet.
Well, where is she?
She's in Blackpool. Well, she was. Well, still is, I suppose, but we lost her again. Well, when I say we, it was Bet, really. I mean, if I'd stayed there, it'd have been handled totally differently.
But is she all right?
Well, between us, she's not quite her usual self. She's had a bit of a breakdown. I mean, physically, she's as right as rain. And anyway, my first thought was that your dad ought to know, because, I mean, let's face it, there's been a fair amount of prejudice against him, hasn't there?
Prejudice? He's been treated like a leper. I mean, there's people said to his face that he's done away with her.
Yes, well, anyway, if you'll just pass me a message on that.
No. I think that you should tell him.
Me?
Number 31, Radford Street. He'll be in, because he's no job to go to, thanks to the wonderful people around here.
No, look, I've got a pub to run. I can't be chasing round,
Yes, you
love.
can. You can be the first to apologise to him, can't you? And when you do, tell him I'll be round myself as soon as I can.
Hiya.
Hello, love. Have you been coping?
Yeah, more or less. I was beginning to think you weren't coming in at all today.
Yeah, well, we're back now.
We wouldn't be if I had my way.
Hey, is it true what Vera Duckworth's been saying?
What did I tell you?
Look, I don't know what she's been saying, and I don't care. I can tell you the truth of the matter. It is nothing sensational.
Oh, no, we're only homeless.
The position is this. There's been a bit of a hitch, that's all. Now, the people that we're supposed to be going into their house, they can't move, so we can't move in.
At least gypsies have caravans.
Look, it is a hiccup. It's a temporary setback, that's all. It'll all be solved by today. So instead of moaning, why don't you do something useful for once in your life and go stick kettle on?
Oh, abuse now, is it? Don't you come the caveman act with me off, Roberts. You can't even provide me with a cave. And if a man can't perform his basic function, what good is there?
Anyway, I just thought you'd be relieved to know that she's alive.
I always knew she was alive. It's only idiots like you that thought she wasn't.
Hey, now, hang on a minute.
Back home again, is she?
No, she's not home yet.
Come on, Alec. Where is she, eh? Where has she been hiding all this time?
Blackpool.
Blackpool. Well, that's nice for her.
Yes, it's a little hotel on the front. It's called the Strand. It's run by a pal of mine. You see, the thing is, she thinks...
I can't wait to see her, the bitch.
Hey, come on, there's no need
When's
for
she
that
coming home, Alec?
Oh, well, that I don't know.
Alec, when's she coming home? It's no use coming round here with half a tail.
Look, I'm sorry I come round at all now. Here's me trying to do you a favour, all I get's a load of abuse.
I'm going to ask you again. When is she coming home?
Look, and if you'll just listen, I'll tell you. I don't know. Nobody knows. She's gone missing again.
She's ruined my life, I tell you that.
Look, Alan, she's not a well woman, if you take my meaning. Anyway, look, I've got a pub to run.
The Strand Hotel in Blackpool, eh?
Is it right what I've been hearing, that Mr. Roberts and his good lady haven't got a home to call their own?
That's right, Percy. Me and now Vera saw him out last night about to move into a hotel or something.
Well, how's that come about?
Oh, there's some cock up in the estate agent, solicitor or something like that. You see, the house where they're supposed to be moving into, they can't because the fella hasn't moved out.
Typical, eh? Well, you've seen now till unless you've been in the army. I remember when the regiment moved from Catterick to Bradbury Lines at Hereford. We took over for some gunners, you know. And I marched into the cookhouse and the sergeant major shoved this inventory in my hand. He said, sign that, everything's in order. I said, you must think mine is a lily white. I'm signing nothing till I've counted every spoon, every pot, every pan.
Mr. Sugden, please, I'm sure your military recollections will keep till another time. I came in here to hear about Rita Fairclough.
And like I was telling you, Rita's been in Blackpool all this time. She's had a bit of a breakdown.
But she's alive, that's the main thing.
I'm sure she was dead, me. Especially when the police started digging up the building site.
Ah, that's the trouble. Too many people jump to hasty conclusions. Well, it's never been my way. When you've had to march to a minefield, it teaches you to tread carefully.
Oh, really, Mr. Sugden? You were foremost among those absolutely certain that Rita had met with foul play.
Dead right. You swore blind she'd been done in.
No, come on, be fair. What I did say, there were grounds for suspicion, as there were.
Oh, you said more than that, Mr. Sugden.
Yes, I also said there was something seriously wrong. And from what we've heard about Mrs. Fairclough, she's not her normal self.
That's what Alec was saying, yeah. Oh, hey up.
Morning.
Oh, morning.
Morning. Everything all right, Betty?
Yes, fine.
Bet's not rung up again, has she?
No.
Oh, well, she would have done if there'd have been out fresh. Betty's told you the news, has she, about Rita?
We were just talking about that then, weren't we?
Yes, well, I've been a fool to myself. I have. Just traipsed all the way round to Alan Bradley's digs to give him the news. I don't know. You can do your best for people, but what do you get?
So you've been and told him, have you?
Yes.
What did he say?
Well, not a word of thanks, I can tell you. Just moaned how badly done to he'd been, how it was all Rita's fault, and how he couldn't wait to see her, that kind of thing.
Typical of the man.
It is, hey, no disrespect, boss. I don't think I would have told him.
Why? What harm can it do?
Hello, love.
Has my dad been in?
I don't think so. Have you seen Jenny's dad?
No, he's not been in here.
Well, he was at his digs this morning.
Yeah, I know he was. I just missed him there. I just thought he might come round here to tell you lot what he thinks of you. Because you've all made his life hell, haven't you? You've all said things about him. Some of you behind his back, and those of you with the most cheek have said it to his face. Well, I just hope that you're all ashamed of yourselves.
Consider yourself told off.
Well, I'm not ashamed of myself.
No, I wouldn't have thought you would have been.
No, I don't blame the girl for sticking up for him. It's natural, it's her father, isn't it? But when it comes down to aid lad's aid, the man's a bad un.
The girl's got a point. People were saying he'd done away with Rita.
True enough, followed me, Ando.
And he hadn't. Now, you can't go against that, Percy.
I am not doing, but you must remember what he did do. He gave Mrs. Fairclough a good hiding. He's made her life a misery hanging about her.
I remember what he did to our Terry.
The man's always thumping people.
Yeah, Percy's right. Anybody crosses him, it's first thing the fella thinks of, thumping somebody.
Look, will you let Mr. Lotterby talk? I mean, we're taking up his valuable and costly time.
Now, regarding the house at Hillside Crescent, I've been in contact with the Ballantyne solicitors this morning, and he assures me that they're simply waiting for the occupiers to vacate at the house they are buying.
Yeah, well, that's what he told me this morning. Mr.